Hello and welcome to another quick video here on the Outdoor Station, and this time we're looking at the ever new range of titanium pans which are coming in from Japan. So let's have a quick look at some of the individual features, sizes and so on. We'll go from little to large, I think. We'll start with pans and then we'll go to pots. So the first one we're going to look at is this 600ml lightweight titanium pan. As you can see straight away, it has insulated handles and an insulated holding point on the lid there. It comes, all the titanium products come with a nice net bag you can store the pots in, but also allow you to add as a pot cozy or additional things within the net bagging. It's not a really tight fit, which is good. The other thing which isn't a tight fit is the lid, which is also equally good, because if you've got a lot of hot liquid or food in there and you're trying to inspect it to see if it is boiling or whatever, the last thing you want to do is be fighting with a lid and forcing it off and possibly having an accident with your cooker. So very, very simply, there it is. It's a 600ml pot. It has two increments inside of 200ml and 400ml inside there. All the pots have got some sort of measurement on there. What will it take? Well, it will take a small gas cart upside down, and the lid will sit on nicely, and there's still plenty of space in there, obviously, for cleaning equipment, food, perhaps a brew kit, or even a folding spork or something. So that's an ideal size if 600ml is what you're after. From a weight point of view, you're looking at 95 grams. So that's it, really. It does the job. It's a small pan. It comes with a net bag. It's insulated handles, and it is incredibly light and durable. And that in someone's cook set that in someone's pack will actually virtually disappear completely. Now, the next size up in the pans is the very, very popular 900ml. And this one, once again, comes with a net bag and all the rest of it, so take that out. Insulated handles, two measurement increments of 300 and 600ml on the side. This pan's been used, so hence the marking that's on there. Once again, the lid is loose enough, tight enough for cooking, but loose enough to inspect the food, and every pan has also got a drizzle lip on it there for pouring. The 900ml pan weighs a total of 115 grams, and again, what can we get inside? Well, the 250 gas cart, as you see, is just that little bit too big. It's just the lid is proud, so sadly, as the case may be, a 100 cart will fit in there nicely, and you can pop a crook stove in there and a folding spork and a few other bits and bobs, and you've got yourself a great little cooking setup. And that particular pan I know is very popular with a certain Mr. Chris Townsend, and he particularly likes the 900ml, which I must admit, for a grown man, as it were, and the amount of food that we're liable to eat, is probably a little bit more generous than the smaller 600ml. So that's the 900ml, put that back together, pop that away. Then we get into the big boys. We come to the 1300ml pot, which in some respects isn't actually that much bigger. And I'll show you how in a second, in a moment. Again, the net bag inside, increments in 500ml and 1000ml, a litre, and just inside here. Again, it's got the drizzle pot, insulated holding there, insulated handles. So it's got a good firm grip, because obviously that would weigh a fair amount with if it was full of liquid. And this one will in fact take the larger gas cart. That would be the 250 gas cart there with a lid on, no problem at all, like that. Gas carts tend to go easier upside down, and you have plenty of space there for a cooker and spork and so on, with all your gear inside that one. And this 1300mm pan of loveliness comes in at 130 grams. Now, as we all know, when you actually go on a trip, sometimes you want to take more than one pan. And when you buy pan sets and so on, sometimes they come with all sorts of things you don't really want. So Evernew have really designed these extremely well, in the sense that all these pans will stack into each other. So you have the 1300mm, the 900mm sits inside like so, and the 600mm sits inside that one like so, and that all sits together like that. And then you can put the lids in, obviously put the cooker or whatever, the gas in the centre of that lot, and then you've got the lid on top like that. So there you have a complete and folding unit, which is no bigger than one 1300ml pan. So that's ideal for all groups or families going on a trip. All right, so that's the flat pans. as we call them. Now let's have a look at the pots, the taller pots. Now this is the 900ml pot. It comes with a frying pan, insulated handle once again, and a nice solid handle there as well, so that if you want to do your fried egg perhaps in there, beans perhaps, I don't know, not too sure really. The depth of that actually is good enough for a brew, about 300ml of water, which is quite good. So that's your lid. You obviously have the net bag as usual, and you have the deep pot here. Now, first things first, the pot has got 300 and 600 increments on the side there. It will also take a 250 gas cart, quite happily like that. And then there's also space at the top there for perhaps a crux stove or a spork or whatever else, and the pan all comes together like that nicely. So that'll fit those beautifully. Alternatively, if you weren't to use a 250 cart, but say a couple of 100 carts, 2 100 carts obviously go in there very, very easily, and again you've got plenty of space around the outside for your brew kit or wash kit or whatever it might be associated with this. So that is that, and that comes in at 125 grams. So that's that one. Pop that back in there. The little sweet and sexy one here, which is very, very nice. This one is the 640ml. Again, insulated handles, lid, and increments in 200 and 400 inside there, 200 and 400 side increments. And this one will take 2 100 carts quite easily. That on the top now, you can see that rises slightly, so what you do is you put the carts in upside down, which is what I forgot in the middle of my demonstration. Still, you can't have everything. There you go. So you've got 200 carts in there, no problem at all, and that then folds round like so, and that stashes away in the net bag. Of course, you don't necessarily have to have two. You can always have one cart, and should you feel that way inclined, you could obviously have the gas cooker inside there, a spork, and whatever else goes in there as well, which is quite cool. So let's take those out and put that away. And that 640ml pot is 95 grams. Finally, we come on to my personal favourite, which is the solo set, because this suits my style of backpacking and travelling. We have a 750ml pot, net bag as usual, which weighs 97 grams, and we have a 400ml mug which weighs 52 grams, and that nests nicely into there. I particularly like the mug because it's more generous with whiskey, and also you could actually boil an egg in there or put a tin of beans or something, and so you could actually use that as a food cooking receptacle should you need to. However, I tend to keep that for boiling water in for a brew, and then use this as my main food receptacle. So here we have increments of 200, 400 and 600ml down the side, and as always insulated handles, insulated hole on the lid and so on. Now what makes this quite neat is that it will take 2 100 carts, and the space is fairly narrow at the top, so you can just get the lid on, so that's no problem, but you wouldn't be able to get a cooker in there as well. So let us take one of those out, and then you can drop in your crux stove and a folding spork and whatever else you might want in there. As I say, wash kit perhaps, or basic brew kit, and it all comes together like that, and it's all very, very nice for well, 150 odd grams, so that's pretty impressive really. Let's take that out of there. Anyway, I hope that's given you a bit of an idea of some of the ever-new stoves. Now, there is one other thing that you can do when you've got a collection like this and you just don't know what to choose, and let me show you what that is.